If you feel like there's not a spot for you in the Western world, this is for you.
Welcome to the Resilient Reiner, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence.
Welcome. I'm Nicole Burnett, host of the Resilient Reiner podcast. I just really wanted to do a little pep talk. I know that on the Resilient Reiner podcast, I just had reining trainer Jim Greendyke on last week. So if you missed that episode, it's really wonderful. He shares so much great knowledge and you've got to check it out. But in addition to Jim and to, professional trainers, riders who compete at a high level, I do speak with a lot of riders. And I also have the perspective of being a non-pro who's been through a lot of life changes, right? Riding as a kid, going off to college, getting married, having kids, moving literally all over the country, and just that impacts my riding and my life. And I really just felt this pull to have a moment where we talk about riders who might feel underrepresented, or maybe you just don't see yourself in the horse media you're consuming right now. And so this is for you if maybe you aren't currently competing, or maybe you don't even feel that desire to compete right now. And having been in that situation and from talking with a lot of riders, I know that when that's you, it can really feel maybe like you don't matter. It can be uncomfortable to reach out for the help that you want and the help that you need, because maybe you say, maybe I don't have big pockets. Maybe I don't want to be competing right now. I really want to take lessons, but I'm not going to be showing right now. Maybe you're a college kid who had to sell their horse. Maybe you're starting your first grown-up job. Maybe you've got young kids and it just doesn't feel right for you and your family to be on the road so much. And maybe your special horse got hurt. I've had that one happen. And your dreams can just feel dashed, just crushed. And I've also had it happen where after a time of competing, you just don't feel like doing it anymore. So this is for you. This one's for you. And so I really just wanted to highlight that being involved with horses and having dreams, that horse dreams are so much more than the show pen. And so if you don't compete, or if you feel like there's not a spot for you in the Western world, this is for you. So let's highlight, what can you do with your horse besides compete? And let's start with the obvious, right? Just building that unbreakable bond with your horse. You can open the back door. Your horse raises their head and just nickers at you. That always warms my heart. As you walk down to the gate, they walk over to meet you, right? They're eager for your time together, and you give them a little scratch in their favorite spot. And just that your bond together is so much more than ribbons and trophies. Their quirks. You can communicate without words, and you've got this partnership that you've built based on trust and respect. Your bond is so much more than riding. And, through all these little quiet moments that you spend grooming, doing groundwork, or just being together, just quietly spending time together. And these little rituals, they forge a connection it's stronger than any accolade. Another one that is really fun is exploring the backcountry with your horse, getting out, going on trail rides. When it's that early morning and the sun is just peeking over the horizon, it's just you and your horse. the birds are singing, the sunlight just filters through the leaves in the most magical way, and that clip clop of your horse's hooves, it fills up your heart, and just connected with your horse, surrounded by nature's beauty, just overcome with gratitude and filled with peace. It's amazing. And oh boy, because to have horses is to know heartbreak. So we got to mention bouncing back from training setbacks, bouncing back from injuries. And I got to tell you, this is you. You are not the first and you are not alone. A promising yearling gets injured in turnout. Your horse colics. They pull a suspensory. They develop navicular. And that's not even counting all of the time that you as the human can get sick or injured. So let's be real. Every equestrian faces setbacks. And it could be a training challenge that seems insurmountable. It could be an injury that sidelines you and your horse. And these moments absolutely test your resilience and determination, but it's not about the fall. It's really about how you get back up every damn time and embrace those challenges as part of your journey. And again, outside of showing and competition, the heart of it is really about loving the journey and becoming the best horseman that you can be. I know that one of the things that I really love about horses is how horsemanship is a lifelong journey of learning and growth. No one ever achieves true perfection. And it's not about some final destination, but it's really about continually evolving. I know that after my kids were born, I really found myself lost for quite a while without the structure of wins and badges and, in a competitive scenario. Then I really found myself rediscovering my love for the horse. And just imagine dedicating yourself to becoming the best horseman that you can be, not for the accolades, but just for the love of the horse, for the love of our craft. And every ride, every lesson, every quiet moment with your horse, it's a part of the journey of understanding, part of the growth. And I know for me, I found that that's really where the true joy lies, is in the process of, becoming better and becoming better for your horse, just truly loving the journey. Another spot where I see a lot of riders feel a little like, hey, what about me, is, if you're starting your own horse, because you don't win anything for giving a young colt a good start, at least not right away, right? But oh my gosh, is it a unique and rewarding experience to do that, right? Having the horse learn to trust you, to yield to the softest cues on your lead rope, to go from tentative first steps to confidently loping around. It requires so much patience and knowledge, a deep understanding of equine behavior and your horse. It's such an incredible experience. And watching your horse learn and progress under your guidance is incredibly fulfilling. And it's not just about training a horse. It really taps into that building a partnership from the ground up and witnessing your horse's development firsthand, right? It's intoxicating. It's incredible. Another moment I know that I have personally experienced that is incredible is seeing your heart horse teaching your children to ride. And I'm not going to lie, I love personally kicking ass. Okay. I love being an amazing rider. I love winning ribbons, but there's really something magical about watching your children ride the horse that you've trained and loved. It's such a beautiful continuation of the bond that you share, just passed down to the next generation. Your heart horse becomes a teacher, a guide, a trusted friend for your children. And it just creates these memories to be cherished for years to come. It's a legacy of love. Let put on the sappy hat here, okay? And it really is just such a priceless experience watching your children grow and develop a bond with the horse that you hold dear. It's so sweet. And another personal favorite of mine is just switching disciplines, switching to try new fun events. Like I used to ride dressage. I know what it is to try something new. And you can switch events, or you can even just look for something fun to mix it up. There is so much fun to be had with horses. And I am a huge proponent of that. That is not to dismiss competitive aspirations. I really feel like they go hand in hand. So, there's cowboy mounted shooting, mounted archery, ranch riding, ranch trail, cutting, reining, roping, barrels, poles. There's so much fun things to do with your horse that if you don't just love what you're doing with your horse, or maybe you're feeling meh, maybe you're feeling kind of curious about what about this thing? Like, just try something new. Stepping out of your comfort zone can be exhilarating and it's incredibly rewarding. And your horse might like it too. I have found that my horses really love when I give them something intellectually stimulating, like, hey, you don't know what's going to happen. And they go, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. This is interesting. And it re-engages their brain and it re-engages my brain, right? So cross-pollinate. I love taking some lessons with cows to spice it up. And each new discipline that you explore, it enriches your horsemanship. It opens doors to new adventures. And this is about embracing the excitement of the unknown and discovering new passions along the way. So if you don't compete, and sometimes you feel like there isn't a spot for you in the Western world, know that I see you. You matter. You have value. Your horse has value. Your journey is for you. It's not for somebody else. Just dive into your journey, dive into the beauty of horsemanship beyond the glitz and glamour of the show pen. Because while the show pen has its allure, it's so important to remember that there's so much more to life with horses, right? That your equestrian seasons, they're going to ebb, they're going to slow. Life is long, right? Life is long, and there's going to be times for competition and times for, more hermited personal growth and exploration. Don't ever be embarrassed by the season that you're in. Embrace it. Embrace each season and savor those unique experiences that it brings you. Because it's not about the shows. It's about the horse. At the heart of all of this, it's about the horse. Whether you compete or not, it's still that relationship with your horse. It's still the progress that you and your horse are making together. There are certain mental skills that all riders, they need to master to succeed. And it, doesn't matter if you're in or out of the show pen. We're still riding. Because that's the thing is, it doesn't matter if your horse is in training or not. Every time you're interacting with that horse, you're training it, right? You're still your horse's trainer, even if somebody else is helping you out. And that's why I do what I do. And no matter what path you choose with your horse, having a strong mental game is crucial, because the riding, the training, the mindset, and the mental skills you need to truly grow as a horseman, that's all there whether you compete or not. There are certain mental skills that all riders need to master to succeed, in or out of the show pen. That is why I do what I do, because all riders need this. All horses wish their riders would come join the mini mental boot camp. Let me invite you to join us in the free mini mental boot camp for riders. It's coming up this second week of July, so get signed up. The link is in the show notes, and the URL is resilientrainer.com/bootcamp. Again, resilientrainer.com/bootcamp. It's free. You can sign up, and we're going to go through the mental skills that you need as a rider. What is this? What sort of things, what do you need to add to your training plan, right? What do you need to be working on besides teaching your horse the basics? Because when your mind is strong, you and your horse can truly shine no matter what path you choose or what season of life you're in. Remember, horse dreams are more than the show pen. Embrace the journey, build a strong mental game, and discover the countless joys and rewards that life with horses has to offer. And I can't wait to see you inside the mini mental boot camp. Happy trails, friends. Oh, if you hate this episode, send it to your worst enemy. If you love this episode, send it to your bestie and sign up for the free training together. I'll see you both there.